Happy Friday, happy Memorial Day weekend. We have game 2 of the Western Conference Finals tonight, and I have been in fuego, baby. I have a few best bets for you today. Let's dive into it. What's up, guys? It's your boy Noble Living back with another DYF Bets video where I'm breaking down my favorite picks and plays of the day as we just try to get to the bag together and make some money. Making money, that's what we've been doing over the last few days. We are on an 11-0 streak on the channel over the last 3 days because yesterday, another 3-0 sweep. Let's go. We needed that. We wanted it. We got it. Let's go. Celtics team total over. No sweat bet there. We got it done. Obi Toppin started off a little bit slow, but when you have confidence against a certain team, you kind of figure it out. And it also helped that Rick Carlisle put the bench in really early in that game. Hey, I'm not complaining. We'll take advantage of it. Let's cash in on that one as well. And then Jack Flaherty out. He went 6 1/3 innings. He went over his outs line like I predicted. So we were able to get 3-0 on the day. You can see our year-to-date record right here. We turned it around. This month of May has probably been the craziest month it's ever been for me sports betting. I mean, I'm talking about we've had full sweeps. We've had full fades. It's been crazy. So it's like either way, it's like, yo, like I don't even know how to describe that, bro. But listen, I'm happy that we've been winning over the last 2 days. Hopefully we can keep that momentum going today. Fridays have been a little bit rough for us, but hopefully we can lock in today, keep this momentum going. And if I've been making you money, you've been enjoying the channel, I appreciate the comments I've been seeing. Nick, man, I appreciate all the love and support you always show, bro. For real, man, I really do. And if you also been enjoying it, please smash that subscribe button and like the video. Maybe drop a comment below. I love to meet all the people who tap into the channel. So I do appreciate the love and support. And let's see what we can do today and cook up in this Mavericks and Wolves matchup. For my first best bet of the day, you know where we're headed. We're headed to that Wolves-Mavs matchup. And you guys, you know what I'm going to go with this game here? I'm going to go with the over 207 minus 110 odds. Now, I really like the over here because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. A lot of people are on the under like they were in game 1, and I'm just not buying it. I told you guys I like the over in game 1. It absolutely flew over the total, and I'm expecting the same thing to happen today, even though I do think that this is the game that the Wolves win. I do think it is a revenge spot. I do like game 2 after you drop game 1. The Wolves cannot afford to go down here in this series 0-2 and then go on the road. Now, because of that, am I willing to lay the 5.5, 6 points that the books has at? Not necessarily. I think we can get a lot better number live. I'm just going to look to snipe the live line. But for what we saw in that game 1, this is the thing. Dallas absolutely dominated the interior. That's not what we were expecting when you consider that they have the big men like Gobert and Towns down low for the Wolves. But it's actually crazy to think that they only attempted 25 3-pointers and only hit 3 of them. Meanwhile, the Wolves were jacking everything from 3. They shot 49 3-point attempts in game 1. Now, granted, they hit 18 of them. That's not bad. But over 51% of their shots came behind the 3-point line. That's not what the Wolves do. So the Mavs literally threw the Wolves out of their style, what they like. I mean, even Anthony Edwards, 5 of 12 from the 3-point line. That's very efficient. But at the same time, that's not what he does. He drives. He gets to the middle of the lane. He cuts the defense. We did not see any of that from the Wolves in game 1, which I'm expecting them to make the right adjustments and see that in game 2. But I also think that scoring is going to be a little bit more of a benefit here in this series because I don't think that Rudy Gobert is going to be on the floor for long. And that's because when you look at the splits in game 1, the Mavericks won that game by 3 points. And with Lively on the court and Gobert off the court, they were plus 14. Now, when Lively was off the court and Gobert was on the court, the Mavericks were minus 15. So for me, the Mavericks have to understand and realize that with no Max Kleber, because he's another big man who's hurt, this team can really have the advantage by spreading out the floor, shooting a lot of 3-pointers, and then also now spreading out the guards, getting into the middle of the lane. Minnesota has to fix that drop back defense that they're currently running. So because of all these factors, I just think that it's going to take a little bit of time for these teams to adjust, these coaching staffs to adjust. I think scoring happens today. We can get a big game from Cat, and obviously Anthony Edwards is going to do what he needs to do. And for me, I just think that this is a series that's going to go over until we see the defense pick up. Jaden Daniels didn't show me anything that he can stop Luka. When Kyrie's playing like that, yeah, he disappeared in the second half, but that's very hard to bet against. I'm going to keep taking the over here. We're getting the same number, same value as we did in game 1 until we see something different. The way these defenses are playing, I'm not liking it. Give me the over 207, and I lean the Wolves to be able to win this game. I just don't know if they're going to cover that spread. For my second second best bet of the day, because I lean on the Wolves to be able to win this game, and I think that the scoring is going to happen in abundance, I'm going to go with Naz Reid here, over 10.5 points, minus 110 odds. Now, you guys know I like taking the role players in the playoffs. It's been cashing for us. We've taken DiVincenzo, we took Obi yesterday, we've taken TJ McConnell, we've taken different guys, and its angle has worked. And I think this is another role player for me that if Gobert does end up getting played off the floor, like I mentioned, Naz Reid is the guy who's going to step up because he's a big-time scorer and truthfully the third best scorer on this Wolves team. He's also done very well against Dallas thus far this season, which is what I'm looking for. He's averaging about 11 points per game in the playoffs in general, so that's right on average. In game 1, he had 15 points on 5 of 9 shooting, 3 of 6 from the three-point line. We've seen Dallas is willing to give the Wolves the three-point shot, and Naz Reid is somebody who's not willing to hesitate. He's going to let it fly, but also during the regular season, he's been able to have production against Dallas. That's what I'm looking for. In 4 games this regular season, he's had 12 points, 15 points, 9 points, and 27 points. Similar to what I said yesterday with Obi Toppin. These players know the different defenses they face, the different lineups they go against, that they have confidence against, they have the advantage against. And this is a lineup that Naz Reid has continuously exploited all year. 10 field goal attempts, 12 field goal attempts, 14 field goal attempts. The only game he went under was when he played 18 minutes. He didn't play any more than 22, 23, 25 minutes, which is what we typically see from him. For me, I think the Mavericks are going to play the small ball, which might force Gobert off the floor, which means Naz Reid gets more attempts or more minutes. Naz Reid, he's been able to hit this total several times thus far in the playoffs. He's hit it in 3 of the last 5 games, hooking 1 time. So for me, just give me Naz Reid to be able to go over this. He's been able to consistently do this against the Mavericks this season. Naz Reid over 10.5 points as the second pick of the day. Now for our third and final best bet, we're going to head to the baseball diamond, and I'm going to go for a little 2-team steam here. But before I do that, I want to share this parlay with you. This is my plus 1,000 parlay. It's a 10x parlay. Well, just right under plus 1,000. But I actually hit on one of these earlier this week inside the Discord group. I shared it with the family. I want to share this one with you. So guys, if you're not in the Discord group, click that link in the description, join the free group. But I'm not going to break down this whole parlay for you. I do like every one of these teams to win today. Obviously, I do the parlay. But I'm going to just go with the 2 teams out of this, and I'm going to go with the Phillies on the money line, Astros on the money line. That if you parlay those together, that gets you to plus 129 odds. Now, I like both of these teams here in this matchup because both of these teams have actually been hot of late. Now, the Phillies, the best team in the majors right now, currently on a 9-1 win streak over the last 10 games. It's winning 6 in a row during that span. I mean, they're just absolutely crushing it. They have a run differential right now, which leads the league at plus 93. So their offense has been absolutely incredible. We've seen what they've been able to do, and now they send Chris Sanchez to the mound today, and he has a 3.31 ERA, and it's coming off a strong start against the Nationals where he was able to go 7 innings and only give up 2 runs with no walks and 8 strikeouts. Meanwhile, they're taking on the Colorado Rockies, and the Rockies are a team that I just continue to fade. I mean, they show glimmers of hope at that time, like they can do a little something, and then they just drop the ball. Did you watch the game last night with them? They literally went into extra innings. They were up by 4 runs in the top of the 11th inning and gave up 5 runs in the bottom of the 11th. Like, how do you do that, bro? And they lose the game outright to the A's. So it's just little stuff like that where it's just like, it's hard for me to back this Rockies team. Yeah, their offense can wake up at times, but then their pitching lets you down. And that's who they have on the mound today, Tyler Black. They're going to like kind of a bullpen game here. He pitches about 3-4 innings in his last start against San Francisco. 7 hits, 6 earned runs in 3 innings. And now you're going against the Phillies offense is top right now in the majors, absolutely crushing left-handed pitching. I don't like it. I can't lay the juice on the run line, but I'm just going to take them on the money line. Give me the Phillies. Now, meanwhile, the Astros, on the other hand, are sending Justin Verlander to the mound, and the veteran, the ace, he's finding his footing now with the regular season underneath him. He's been able to get a few quality starts. His ERA is still not exactly where we'd like to see it be at 3.97, and he's not striking out a whole lot of batters like we're used to seeing, but at the same time, he's shown glimmers of hope this season. In 2 starts ago against the Tigers on the road, 7 innings, 2 hits, no runs given up. Yeah, we've seen him struggle with the long ball like he did in his last start against the Brewers and his start before that against the Yankees. But overall, I think that he should be able to get it done because it's more of a fade on Ross Stripling than it is a play on the Astros. Ross Stripling on the mound, 5.19 ERA. And we've seen him get battered at times, like when he played the Texas Rangers earlier this past month. And he didn't even make it out of the second inning. He gave up 11 runs in 2 innings. That's absolutely crazy. In his last start against the Royals, 4 earned runs given up over 5 innings. That's not going to get it done. There's a major reason why he has a 1-8 8 record. And in his 10 starts, the A's have only won 2 games. So meanwhile, the Astro bats have been picking it up. I like the Astros here on the money line with Verlander pitching. Give me those 2 teams to wrap us up for the night. Well, that's it for me today, my friends. 3 best bets, 3 winners that are headed your way on this Friday card. Give me Naz Reid over 10.5 points, but also give me the overall over in that Wolves-Mavs matchup. And then we'll tuck us in with the 2-team steam with the Phillies and the Astros on the money line. I also shared that +1 parlay with you guys. Tail it if you would like. I like my chances today. We've hit 1 this week. Let's see if we can run it back. I appreciate all the love and support. Let's see if we can stay hot. And I'll be back tomorrow with another video. As always, dictate your fate, get to that cheddar, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Later, gang.